CCC family, it's Del Marie with Custom Cuffy Crochet, and today we're going to learn how to do a really quick, easy, and fun stitch that makes an absolutely beautiful pattern. So you can use this for anything. You could use it to make a scarf. You could use it to make a beanie. You could use it to make a blanket, a baby blanket, just really anything you can imagine you can use the stitch for. And it's just so versatile. There's no count. You don't need a chain count for it or anything like that. And it's called the half double crochet slip stitch and the back loop only. So that's a really long name for a stitch, but basically a lot of times you'll see these kind of stitches and patterns. And let me just show you real quick the way that they would look, because a lot of people who watch my channel, obviously they're not familiar with patterns. They don't like reading patterns. Not everyone, but for the most part, that's the case. And so a lot of times when I'm running into things like these, I like to show you what it would look like in a pattern. So what you would slip SL, stitch ST, half double crochet HDC for the back loop only, BLO, or it may just be BL for back loop. So that's just a long thing that they've just, you know, narrowed it down for you. So it's a slip stitch half double crochet in the back loop only. Okay, so that sounds confusing, but I promise you this is beginner friendly. Unless you literally do not know how to hold on to a hook or hold your yarn, or you're just getting used to stitches and crocheting. If that's the case, then you can hit a beginner video that I have below that I've made that's really great, and it'll teach you how to do all those fundamental things for crochet. But besides that, really easy. Okay, and what we're using today is we're using a 3.75 millimeter hook, but really this will work with any yarn, with any hook. Like I said, you don't have to worry about any of that. You don't have to worry about chain counts. You can just do anything you want with this, and use any yarn you want. But I like to show you what I'm using. So like I said, I'm using a F or a 3.75, and I'm using a Lion Brand Mandala. This is a 3-weight yarn, so it is a lightweight yarn. Okay, so that's what I'm using. I would like to ask you to please hit that red bell below so that you can get notified of all my future videos, and subscribe if you haven't. Please like and share, and if you can, yeah, share to like your crochet groups that you're involved in, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Those things help more than anything, and I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Okay, so let's get into this really cool little pattern here, or stitch rather. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a slip knot, and I'm just going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so I've chained 10, so I'm going to go into the second chain from my hook. So I can't go into this chain because this is where my loop's coming out of. Okay, so I'm going to go into my second chain, and I'm going to put a half double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, go into my next stitch, and put a half double crochet. Now this is just the basis for your stitch, so you're going to put a half double crochet in each stitch along. So yarn over, go through your next stitch, pull up, go through all loops, yarn over, go through your next stitch, pull up, go through all loops. I'm just keeping this nice and, you know, loose, not too loose, but this pattern is worked in slip stitches, so you definitely want to keep your tension loose. Just relax your hands and your shoulders. You don't want it to be messy, but you want it to be loose. Okay, so I've worked my half double crochets all the way down. It looks just like this. And then you're going to chain 1, and you're going to turn your work. Now this is a 1-row repeat, so this is going to be the same for every row. Okay, so I chained 1 and I turned. I've got my loop on my hook, and I'm going to be working into this first stitch right here. Okay, so into this first stitch, I'm going to yarn over like I'm going to do a half double crochet, and I'm going to work in this back loop only. So right here in this back loop, I'm going to yarn over, go into the back loop, pull up my yarn, just like I was doing a half double crochet, but instead of picking up my yarn and going through, I'm going to take this loop and go through these 2 loops right here for a slip stitch, okay? So I'm going to yarn over, go into my next stitch, pull up. I have 3 loops on my hook, but instead of yarning over again and pulling through, I'm just going to pull this first loop through these 2 loops right here. And this is why it's important that you want to stay really nice and loose, okay? So again, I'm going to yarn over, go through the back loop of my next stitch, pull up, and go through these 2 loops. Again, yarn over, go through my back loop only, pull up, and go through these 2 loops. Again, yarn over, go through my back loop, pull up my yarn. I've got 3 loops, pull the last loop into the 2. And again, back loop and pull through. Just like this. Now this is the hardest part for this stitch, pattern, whatever you want to call it, because when you're looking at this from this point right here, you're seeing that when we're working in the back loops, it's pushing these stitches forward, and that's exactly what we want it to do. So we can see these. But what you're working into is you're working into this V here, and this last stitch can be hard to see because it looks like that's the V, but it's not. Turn it over on its side, and you're going to see that these 2 stitches, this right here, this is your V, okay? This line and this line, that's your V. So you want to work in the back of that. So you're going to yarn over, go into the back, pull up, you've got 3 loops, and then go through those 2. Then you would chain 1, turn your work, and that's what it looks like from the other side, okay? And then you're just going to repeat that, okay? Like I said, it's just a 1-row piece, so you're just doing the same thing. So again, you're going to yarn over, you're going to go into this first stitch, the back loop only. You're going to go through, pull up, you've got 3 loops, take this first loop through the 2, just like this. Yarn over, go to your next stitch, pull up, bring this loop through these 2. And again. Now the one thing I want to say about this stitch is that it is important that you keep your, like I said, your tension loose, but you want to keep it consistent. So try to pay attention to that, because you will notice that if you change your tension, that your stitches will look different for each row, okay? So pulling up and going through. And now we're on our last one. Again, I'm going to turn it on its side so that I can see these 2 here. This right here, this little piece that you see right here, is this front part. So that's not part of the stitch we need to work into. It's here at the top. And I know that I need to yarn over, and I need to go through this, this back loop only right here. So I'm going to pull through, pull up, and then go through those 2, okay? And then I would chain 1, and then I would start it all over again, okay? So that's what it looks like right there. And like I said, just keep a good look on your tension and stuff, and it'll just turn out absolutely lovely, okay? So again, this is what it looks like as you work it longer and longer. I'm trying to see if there was any part. I think there was a part where I did loosen my tension that I wanted to show you so you could see. It's kind of hard to pick up on camera, but like right there, I loosened my tension a little bit too much. I don't think it really takes away from everything, but if I point it out, you can see it right there. So right there is where I just loosened my tension a little too much, kept going without noticing it, and you can see just a little bit of a raised piece there. So that's the only important thing about this stitch, is just to keep your tension nice and consistent, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this Hello Quick Easy videos. I'm going to try to do a lot of these. And I'd like to encourage you to visit my other channels when you can. Look at my TikTok, my Facebook, my Instagram. Go over there and give me a quick follow. Lots of fun. And yeah, I appreciate you watching, guys. If you need any help, let me know. You can find me at all those places. It's in the description box below. And of course, right here on YouTube, you can comment. So happy crocheting. See you soon. Bye-bye.